What's up, Inkie peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and Merry Christmas to you all. It's the 25th today, and I wanted to make a video today, but I wanted to make it a bit of a short and sweet one because I know that many of you who are celebrating today might be with family and friends and might not have a lot of time today to be watching a video. So today's video, we're looking at, it was a tough day this day. As you can tell by the title, we didn't have such a merry experience meeting Santa this year. Last year, Archie was a little bit wary, but he sat on Santa's lap and was okay. This year, however, not the case. So I've started off with a 9x12 background. The photo that I'm using, I think, is a 6x8. I think it's 6x8 size, and I'm just cutting it down a little bit because it was a bit off center, and then I actually do end up cutting the left hand side of the photo off just because I felt like it was a bit weighed heavily towards the right hand side, and it was just frustrating me a little bit, so I cut it off and have it overlapping the side of the page, which I don't know if I've ever done with a photo. Let me know if you've done it before with a photo where the photo completely overlaps off the side of the page. I'm just matting my picture, and before I used a star stencil from my stash and just outlined the stars with a black Staedtler pigment liner. I had to make sure it was a permanent pen because I'm going to do some watercolor over the top, and we don't want that black to run. Long story short, Archie was not a fan of Santa this year. We had left it late because he's had a bit of the sniffles, and we didn't want to A, go spreading our germs everywhere, and B, force him to go somewhere when he was sick, and C, I didn't think he'd be in a great mood to meet Santa when he was ill. So now he's better, and we got this done only a couple of days ago, so this about 5 days maybe before Christmas. And the only time that we had available was the evenings. So we prepaid our booking spot for 5:30 p.m. Archie had been at daycare all day. He came home. He was pretty good. He was happy, which was great. He wasn't super tired. He only wanted a small dinner. He was a bit fussy with dinner, which is not like him because food is life and he loves food. And so we should have kind of taken that as a bit of a sign that the evening wasn't going to go as planned. And we got there, he was okay waving to Santa, but then he went to sit on Santa's lap and lost it, absolutely lost it. So we could have gotten one of the photos crying, but there was this one, and I thought it was just cuter. But you can see this poor little glossy tear on his cheek, and it just breaks my heart. So this year was one of those years. If there's any parents or carers watching, let me know if you had a Santa photo that didn't quite go as planned. So what I did in the background there is I just used some Jane Davenport watercolors and smushed them everywhere. The trick was I put some water down first so that they were really nice and watery and blended, and then off camera I used my white gel pen and just outlined I inlined. What's it called when you outline the inner part of an outline? I'm going to call that inlining. So I inlined those stars just to make them pop a little bit, and I really wish I'd scanned this as a background for you guys to use. If you can hear in the background, we're summer here in Australia, and it's only a couple of days till Christmas, and every man and his dog in my neighbourhood is lawnmowering or whippersnippering, getting ready for Christmas. So I'm sorry if you can hear some noises in the background. A whippersnipper is, I think, the equivalent of a weed whacker in America. It's the long pole that snips the long weeds and edge trimming stuff. As you can tell, I've never mowed a lawn in my life, and I don't really know what the things do, but they mow the lawn, they cut the grass. Let's move on with the layout. So then off camera, to save you watching me stick down a million things, I cut up and stuck down my journaling strips, and then I also added some glue to my thickers because I don't know what's happened to these gold ones, but I don't know if they were in the sun possibly, but they're not they barely cling to the packaging, and so I went through and I added glue to each of those gold ones, which was a bit of a painful experience, but I did it. I did get glue on some of the gold foiling, which makes it look not so golden shiny, but I'm just rolling with it. I'm not ripping them off and starting from scratch again. I added one of those tags that we made at the start of the month with the November printables, or did we make those at the end of November? That's using the November Christmas printables, and by using a pre-made embellishment, it really helped this layout come together really quickly. I'm also adding an extra bit of journaling down the bottom there, and I wanted the title. I had a lot of trouble with choosing which thickers I was going to use. I think because, I don't know, the black thickers weren't going to pop, and white because there's white in the background as well, it wasn't standing out as much. And I'm really trying to use up some of my older packs. I haven't bought thickers for a long time, a really long time. The only ones that I've had have come in subscriptions, monthly scrapbook subscriptions, got tongue tied there, and I haven't actually bought some for quite a while, so I'm trying to use up, because I have a lot of fonts that I'm not a fan of as much anymore, including this white one. I don't know, it's not one of my favorites, so I just don't reach for it at all. So I'm really trying to challenge myself to actually use them. I've got my video for the 1st of 2019. How are we there already? Ugh. My first video for next year is going to be another Scrappy resolutions. Let me know in the comments if you have started thinking about your Scrappy resolutions, if you are going to do any of them. One of mine is going to work around thickers, so stay tuned for that, because I need to, they're my new focus. My last year's focus was stamps, and I didn't excel at that resolution, but I made an effort, and I feel slightly accomplished in using some stamps. But next year my focus, I think, is going to be thickers. So now it's time for some Heidi Shine, a bit of a Christmas song to you. Shake, 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 shake your Heidi Shine. Shake your Heidi Shine. I really hope that you're not watching this on maybe a new Christmas present device with all of the family around hanging out, and they're all listening to my hideous singing on this very Merry Christmas Day. All right, guys, this layout is almost coming to a finish. Please let me know in the comments what you are doing this Christmas. So we are, I think, Christmas Eve, we're meeting up with friends. Christmas Day, we're doing breakfast at one house, lunch at a different house, dinner at a different house, and then Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, we will celebrate lunch for my dad's birthday. I think that's what our Christmas plan is. Let's hope it goes to plan. All right, guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.